Welcome to Discovery! We got a massive lineup for this week. We got some new albums, we also got some old albums as well. Before I start Discovery, pop your favorite albums you discovered down below. These are the overall albums we are going to talk about. Alright, you got that list, let's get on with it. So first up is Full of Hell, Garden of Burning Apparitions. This is a very interesting album overall. Although I thought this was going to be a death metal album, this album was a pretty disappointing LP. It's grindcore. If you like grindcore, you're going to probably like this. Unfortunately, I don't really like grindcore, but I really do enjoy some of these songs like Derelict Satellite and along with Reeking Tunnels. Now, these songs are a lot longer. The guitar tone has a really metallic feel throughout this. It is a pretty heavy LP overall. But I just feel that this album does lack substance just because it doesn't have enough time. This album's like 20 minutes long with 12 fucking songs. Yeah, Garden of Burning Apparitions, Full of Hell was a very disappointing album for me. There are some cool melodies on this, but these melodies don't really go nowhere because the song fucking ends. So I just want some more meaty riffs on this. I just want some longer songs on this. There are some promising signs for Full of Hell, especially some of the melodies that do at times get stuck in your head, like the riff on Burning Apparition is absolutely fantastic. The songs are really damn short. So with the overall rating of Full of Hell, it gets a 42. Next up is Isis Oceanic. In case you don't know, this album was released in 2002 and holy shit, this album's absolutely fucking fantastic. It's a doom sludgy sort of album with some proggy elements. Some great songs like A Beginning and the Other End. Love the instrumental Maritime, and then you got Wait. Now the overall drumming on this is absolutely fucking fantastic. The production is very raw in tone and it's just great from start to finish. Some great songs like Wait, which is about 10 minutes, and From Sinking and Him to end off the album. But there are some great vocals on this. I love the vocals, harsh at times, but also incorporating some cleaner vocals, some great guitar work. It's progressive as well, with elements of sludge and doom, slow moments. It's a nautical album, you could say, and at times it feels like you are way under the ocean. But overall, Isis Oceanic really surprised me big time. Discovered this album a few months ago, and it's an album I really want to talk to you about. Like, the bass is so damn prominent throughout the mix on this. Production's really good on this. Like I said, there was some really awesome drumming on this, and it's just one hell of a time. So for Oceanic Isis, it's going to get a 90. Next up is a black metal band that released the album on October 1st, 2021. We got Gloosh, funny fucking name, Gloosh. Sylvan Coven. This album is really good and it took me by surprise big time. There are some black and death metal elements on this, but incorporating more of the black metal sound. Production on point, it's pretty clean, and I love the vocals. The vocals are incredibly harsh and aggressive at times, and there's a lot of emotion conveyed. Some really sexy guitar riffs and tremolo pickings that do sound like second wave black metal, but on the borderline of also black and death, sounding very similar to bands such as Behemoth. Great songs like Swamp Song, love the Swamp Song, love the guitars on that. Woodland Waltz, some great solos on that, along with Incantation and Hayaka Yago to end off the album. Just some really awesome moments on this. Love the occasional blast beat. There are some orchestral moments. It's a really nice clean guitars as well on this, and it's just got a raw sounding production. It harkens back to that 90s black metal. Really did enjoy it. Sylvan Coven Gloosh gets a 65. Next up is a fantastic album that I really want to talk to you about. It's True North by Borknagar. This album was released in 2019 and holy shit, what a fucking fantastic progressive black metal ride this is. At times Borknagar reminds me of Enslaved just because of the progressive, unpredictable nature. And some great songs like Thunderous, Up North, He's Clean's a fantastic title. Voices are such a interesting way to end off the album, not to mention the really gritty guitar riffs on Mount Rapture, great guitar solos throughout The Fire That Burns. There are some harsh, there are aggressive vocals on this. Then this Norwegian black metal band really plays along with the black metal genre. Great songs. This album at times sounds so damn cold, hence why the album cover's got the photo of the mountain. Great, I love the landscape, love how atmospheric this is. There are some really unpredictable moments on this, and that's why I fucking love it. It is a fucking masterpiece by Borknagar. It's going to get a 95. Next up is Oranssi Pazuzu's debut album, Muukalainen Pahu. And what can I say? This is a fantastic black metal album. Absolutely love it. Love how atmospheric. It's quite hypnotic as well, and I just really do enjoy it. The guitar tone is absolutely fucking fantastic. The vocals are really in your face, harsh and aggressive, and this is when Oranssi Pazuzu at times sounded psychedelic, at times sounded really experimental. Not as experimental as their latest album, Mr. and Kinsey, I think it's called. Great songs like the fourth track, not to mention the end of the album, Karatilin Vahu, which is 8 minutes. It's really awesome stuff. At times it sounds like Masafim, you could say, especially with the dancey black metal sense, which I really do enjoy. And not to mention the drumming is fantastic, production's on point. This is one of the best Oranssi Pazuzu albums, and it's not as weird and batshit crazy as their previous album, Mr. and Kinsey, but it's definitely on the borderline of avant-garde black metal, but not as crazy. But yeah, Oranssi Pazuzu, Muukalainen Pahu is solid as anything. It gets an 80. Next up is a melodic death metal band, Before the Dawn, Deathstar Rising. This album is actually really good. It reminds me at times like Insomnium. Some great songs like Winter Within, Unbroken, The Wake, and Reef to end off the album. Just really good mellow death, but it's not great, you could say. It does at times remind me a bit of Dark Tranquillity, and at times like In Flames. But yeah, it's on the borderline of Insomnium, especially the really beautiful acoustic moments, the ballad Remembrance, Unbroken. There's just so much emotion conveyed. Love his cleans as well. His cleans are really good, and just overall a really good and fun album just to sink your teeth in. Before the Dawn, Deathstar Rising, it's solid as anything. It's going to get a 74. Stay tuned on my thoughts about the new Trivium album after this. Next up is Sventiveth, Storming Near the Baltic by Behemoth. What can I say? I just absolutely fucking love this album. It is one of my favorite Behemoth albums. Now, Behemoth reissued Sventiveth, and they put a few other songs on this album, but I gotta say this is one of the best Behemoth albums. I love the black metal aesthetics on this. Nurgle's vocals sound very different to his death metal vocals on the other albums like Satanica, Zoski Cultus, and Apostasy, and even Demigod. This is just straight up second wave black metal, and I absolutely fucking love it. Some great moments. I love the song Hidden in Fog, Enter the Fushten Soul. There are some folky elements on this, and I love the beautiful guitar tone. I love the beautiful guitars on this, and the acoustic guitars, along with the just transitioning into those really grindy, just in your face electric guitars. I love the rhythms. I love how melodic this album is as well, and Hell Dwells in Ice is such a one of the most slowest, doomiest, weirdest songs by Behemoth, but it fucking works. This album's so damn good, it really is. And Grom was a sophomore album, which was amazing as well. But yeah, I just can't help listening to Sventiveth, and by Storming Near the Baltic, I just really appreciate the old black metal sound by Behemoth. But yeah, Behemoth Sventiveth gets a 93. And now, my thoughts on the brand new Trivium album, In the Court of the Dragon. Now, they released What the Dead Men Say last June 2020, and my review was pretty divisive, and a lot of people kind of agreed and a lot of people disagreed on my opinion. I did say that What the Dead Men Say wasn't that great, and it was getting overhyped, not as fantastic as The Sin in a Sentence, which What the Dead Men Say was a step back from The Sin in a Sentence. When they released In the Court of the Dragon, the single, I was really surprised whether this was going to be a brand new album. And behold, October 8th, 2021, they released In the Court of the Dragon 10 brand new songs. This album is good. It's a very good album and some great guitar work. A Crisis of Revelation. Holy shit, this will be one of my favorite songs off the album. The guitar work, the guitar solos. Matt's vocals on this are very good. They can sound a little bit monotonous at times, especially his harsh growls, but his cleans are pretty good. They are pretty good, but he does have a different register, and his vocal style is a little bit different to what the Dead Men Say. So I love the variety, the different vocals, and there's just a lot of emotion conveyed throughout the whole entire album. Feast of Fire, just a fantastic hard-hitting metalcore prog song. No Way Back just threw a really catchy chorus. Then you got the epic Fall Into Your Hands, which is like 7 minutes. And then the Phalanx to end off the album. What a fucking fantastic song to end off the album. One of my favorite songs. Really strong and cohesive package this brand new Trivium album is. And it's a hell of a lot better than What the Dead Men Say. The drumming is very good by Alex Bent. I did say in What the Dead Men Say, his drumming was incredibly overpowering with some. The drumming on this is lower in the mix, makes it really enjoyable. And the overall production is so damn balanced, which I fucking love. And not to mention, some symphonic elements build throughout In the Court of the Dragon. Like the instrumental X, which is just a beautiful symphonic build up to In the Court of the Dragon, which is a pretty fucking heavy song by Trivium. This album is a pretty heavy album by Trivium. Would it be one of my favorite albums of the year? No, it won't. It won't, because there's just so many amazing albums this year that I'm gonna have so much trouble in picking my top 20 this year. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, Trivium In the Court of the Dragon was a very surprising album. But I was expecting to say, yeah, this is on par with What the Dead Men Say, but it's a hell of a lot better than What the Dead Men Say. It gets a 74. Overall, really good. It's not the best Trivium album. It had a lot of substance, but yeah, it's overall rating of 74. Loved it. So yeah, that's it for Discovery. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below your favorite albums on Discovery. Let me know what you discovered as well. Do you agree or disagree with my opinion? Keep the discussion going in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.